Hello, welcome to our Texas College 60 Minutes. I'm Jan Duncan. I am here with student leaders across the campus as we discuss today's topic, the Imposter Syndrome. First, we will begin by the panel introducing themselves.
Greetings, my name is Ellison James, your SGA president.
Greetings, my name is Alyssa Pillow, your Miss Texas College.
Hello, my name is Sonia Koski, and I'm your Miss UNCF.
Greetings, my name is J.D. Wilson, and I'm your Panhellenic Campus Council President.
Greetings, my name is David Grant, and I'm your SGA Vice President.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Getz, and I'm the freshman class president.
Hello, my name is Charlotte Jones, and I am Miss Freshman.
Hello, my name is Jalen Blake, and I'm your pre-alumni council president.
Hello, my name is Diane Kite, and I'm your junior class president.
Hello, my name is Taylor Crabtree, and I'm your Miss Senior.
Hello, my name is Brianna LeBlanc, and I am senior class secretary.
Thank you, panel. Some of the symptoms of the imposter syndrome began to surface in questions where persons ask themselves, what am I doing here? I don't belong. I'm a total fraud, and sooner or later, everyone is going to find out. According to the American Psychological Association, imposter syndrome, called perceived fraudulence, involves feelings of self-doubt, personal incompetence that persists despite a person's education, accomplishments, or other personal attainments. So, what's happening in our society? We do know when we were restricted during COVID, persons began to build more and more a personal persona online. And then in person, they may have lived another lifestyle. As time went on, persons lost followers. Perhaps they made a mistake online and they weren't as influential as they used to be, and the followers began to fall off. What do you think is happening? I mean, this is a real issue. It has begun to be a mental condition for therapists, particularly in college life. What's happening? Can I hear from someone on the panel?
My name is Ellison James, the SGA president, and I feel that this syndrome has appeared due to the fact that when you are dealing with a persona that you have portrayed for so long, that you lose track of who you really are. And so when you get to the level and you lose that track, you really don't know where you're at and you don't know what you're doing there.
Anyone else?
My name is Sonia Koski, I am your new Miss UNCF. Society has set standards for us, and those standards are really high, especially with backgrounds, with families that have put pressure on us and want us and make the utmost grades. It has to be A's, all A's. So that puts a lot of pressure to us and to everybody else in society. So we begin to think that we're not good enough, that we have to try harder, that we have to be this person, and so then that kind of leads us to be perfectionists, and perfectionist becomes into the imposter syndrome.
Agreeing with her, Jalen Blake, by the way, your pre-alumni council president. Agreeing with her, I want to second everything that she's saying. You know, and the word believe is a word lie. You know, and a lot of people aren't telling themselves the right lie. But I believe a lie is will never become the truth, and I think people are starting to get lost within the truth of a lie and not believing the right lie.
Well, let's discuss, that's very interesting you stated that, Mr. Blake. Let's discuss what happens in between our real selves, the day-to-day real selves, and Mr. Blake, as you mentioned, the virtual self. What is going on with the virtual self? How is it built? You mentioned lies. Can I hear from someone?
I feel like people go out and buy stuff that they can afford to like show the world that they got this and that, but they really can't afford it.
Anyone else?
I think I can continue with that. The internet or the online personas, they act as a ship. She mentioned earlier a mask, this safety net that a lot of people are falling into. But with this being said, I just think a lot of people still get lost in the wrong space. And space is a big thing for a lot of individuals.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I just wanted to agree with Taylor and Brianna and just say, yeah, when we start an image online, you get caught up in that image and don't really remember, your real self. So you have to keep portraying this person, on social media, and it's kind of hard when you're at home and you just get caught up in trying to be yourself and trying to be that same person online.
Yes, sir.
My name is J.B. Wilson. My thought on it is piggyback off the whole panel, self-depression, self-loss. We all get in those ways where we put on a mask, and I just believe standing behind her, if we come out and just be ourselves, who we really are.
But will people accept us for who we are?
I feel like if you put on that mask for so long, people wouldn't accept who you really are because you lie.
Let me grant is the vice president. You heard the saying, once you tell one lie, you got to tell one lie to keep the lie going. So once everybody, a person tells one lie, they keep bringing another lie, another lie, another lie. It keeps going to where they lose track of what they said before or what they done before, and they get to a point where it's like, am I really this or am I really that? Or is anybody gonna really notice what I'm doing, or does anybody like what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying?
An African-American psychologist gave me a quote to share with us today, and I want your thoughts. He wrote, "Even as others praise your talents, you write off your success to timing and good luck. Persons don't believe that they have earned success unless they have the view and the appreciation from others. Also, my patients feel that others will eventually realize what is and what is not." And I asked him to give me an example. And he mentioned, if you buy a new Maserati or Mercedes-Benz and you drive it to work, in our case, if you drive it on campus, and no one recognizes that you have this expensive vehicle, then the patient begins to have feelings of self-doubt. Can anyone identify, not that you have the mental condition, but can you identify why a person would feel that way? I mean, if you bought an expensive car, it was your choice, you bought an expensive car. Did you buy it for you or did you buy it for the campus? How do you all feel?
I think in that situation, they would have bought it for the campus because they want other people to see them as somebody that just bought something.
Yes, sir.
I want to give another scenario. Say for instance that your family has this one, you have this one cousin, and he or she is selling and everything. Everybody in your family knows, but you're doing the same thing, but nobody's giving you praise. It might be like I wouldn't say, like a way that, you know what I'm saying, is you want to stand out, you know what I'm saying, be better than your cousin, or you want somebody to see that you're doing something that nobody else, you know what I'm saying, sees.
I would say the terminology unforeseen, meaning anticipating and or getting a reaction out of. You may get a reaction out of something that you're holding yourself a higher standard to.
And that is a symptom where persons, you mentioned perfectionism. Some people have very high standards they have set for themselves, and therefore they become competitive completely online. Mr. Blake, you had a...
We kind of touched on what I wanted to speak on. Do I have the floor to kind of disagree or?
Sure.
I can personally say from personal experiences myself, I have a really nice car. You know, I think my car for me, it wasn't for everybody else to see. You know, how I conduct myself and carry myself on campus, that is known throughout. Already, I don't have to speak on that. People see me as a leader as such, but my car, for me, was just a testament to hard work. And I think that reflects on just who I was as a person.
Anyone else? Okay, Mr. Blake, you made a very interesting point. Some feel as though when they post their accomplishments online, that there is an illusion of success, that persons don't really believe it. Personally, I've had a personal accomplishment this year, and others were checking online to find out if it was true. And it was true, very much so, that I'm sitting here today. So, what happens when a person sets up a persona online and there's an illusion of success? Do you feel as what we call haters are always looking behind that curtain? I see you all grinning. What's the point?
I could take it forward again with that. I kind of like where that was going. I personally can say, just from the outside looking in, having friends, family, loved ones, just peers myself seeing it. I think it's just a third-party validation move. I think that's what it's coming to. Not a curtain. I think it's just that extra window that people will want others to view them through. So I think with social media or however online that is, anything that's being broadcasted is just a window that we want others to see through.
Very good. Anyone else?
To piggyback off of what he said, basically, with posting online, your family is gonna like to share your culture, but you want those people that don't know you or they know of you, or like say, people from high school that you haven't seen in a while. You want them to see that, oh, I'm doing this. And once you get that accommodation from them, then that's when you feel like, oh, I'm doing something.
So really, it all boils down to validation. Is that the common thing here? We see validation. Black psychologists have put it into 5 different personality types. First, the natural genius. These are personality issues associated with imposter syndrome that have been placed in 5 categories. First, the natural genius. When things don't come easy to you. Persons in that category become upset, they become disturbed, they want to shy away from society, and what they go into a shell of what we call ghosting. The second is the individualist. Gotta be solo behavior. Now I've seen this online where you have persons that have built a certain persona, they have a certain look, they have a certain style, but they're solo. They're not attached to anyone or any one thing. Okay, the next one is the expert. The expert is the person that has to have all the answers. You ever been in a meeting with someone that's got to have all the answers? Okay, all right, and then the superhero, those persons that set up a persona online where they're doing everything. They're mountain climbing, they're racing cars, they're achieving academically, they've been on Hollywood Boulevard with the latest stars. Have you all seen this? But what happens in reality? What happens in reality when we meet those people face to face versus what they have posted online? What's going on? What are your thoughts?
My name is when you meet them face to face, you can tell that they're very hardworking, that they have standards from themselves, to themselves, to show other people that they have standards. And I feel like that's also the problem, that in doing him having these type of standards, and then when they go to closed doors, they develop low self-esteem. And with low self-esteem, of course, comes depression. And depression is not a very good thing to deal with on your own. So then they stay closed doors and they think, you know what, it's only me. It's going to be me. I believe in myself. I am the one that's going to do everything. But if they have like a good support system and they have a family that care about them, that would really help out.
My name is Melissa. Hello. I feel that because our generation grew up with social media, people have 2 different personalities. A personality that they show on social media and a personality that they show in person, and they tend to be 2 different personalities. And some people just don't know how to be a people's person, so they just show 2 different personalities.
And to piggyback off of what she said, I do feel that social media has a lot to do with the way that people carry themselves, and it has a lot to do with someone looking up to someone who's a higher power, and yeah, that's where they want to go, that's the goal, but everybody doesn't have to have it at that very moment. And people do put on a persona, oh, I have it right now, so I'm where they are. But when it's time for the bills to be paid, there are certain things that have to be done to go by your day-to-day life. I feel that that's where people lose themselves. They understand, like, this isn't really who I am, so now I need validation from other people to pick myself up.
To add, a lot of people don't know how to take away from both, like at least, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, I'm this way online, I'm this way in person. Some people don't know how to subtract the online from their real life. So it's more of, they want to be this person, but in real life I'm this person. So I'm gonna try to be this person that I am online, but it's not gonna work out because I know that some people know me, my family know me, you know what I'm saying? The people that grew up with me know me, so they don't know this person that I put online. They probably like the picture, but they don't know that person.
Absolutely. Do you think this is why stars, celebrities have difficulty when they don't attain a certain level, or their song doesn't have the 5 million listeners like it should? Do you feel as though that's what happens to stars and they end up with negative habits like addictions or putting out some type of stunt online to gain attention? Do you think this could be a symptom of such a thing?
Yes, I feel like I said before, you gotta be one way. You know what I'm saying? As a star, you have to be what you are online. You know what I'm saying? If you this person online, you gotta keep it up because this is how you get paid. This is how the revenue in your house comes in. This is how you pay your bills. This is how you function off of life. So if that's what you need, like the online person is you. You can't go back to the person that you were because nobody's gonna believe you. You know what I'm saying? What kind of person you was before you became a star.
Very good. Anyone?
Yeah, my name is Brianna. I'm going to speak on what you said about like celebrities, for instance. It could be two celebrities that came out around the same time, and it could be one of them, their song is better than the other. So I feel like the imposter syndrome will come in with the person that has the least popularity, and I just feel like they'll start doing anything at that point just to get where the other celebrity is with their popularity.
So what's the solution? The psychologist offered us 5 solutions to speak on today. Build connections, challenge your doubts. Here's a big one. Stop comparing yourself to others. Remember, success does not require perfection. Spending too much time online, and just old-fashioned self-love. People struggle with self-love. What's that all about? Mr. Blake.
I can go off of it. I love this acronym that I carry myself with, and those around me that are in my circle. I'm all about having the most reliable space. So I kind of broke down space into an acronym. The S is a self-awareness thing. And the P is your purpose. Your A is your appearance and attitude. And the C will be for comfortability and consistency. And the E is just the overall environment. But for me, I personally think it's just the space that you keep yourself in. And a lot of us didn't grow up in that space or had that type of space, or they don't know how to network into that space, something that you just brought up. So, I think space is a big thing, but everybody's space is coming out, growing up, stepping into college, their neighborhoods, their family, the friend groups are totally different. And when they get here, they can see that melting pot of different cultures and different upbringings. That's when the comparison and everything can come in.
Anyone else?
I'm going to run into what you brought up about self-love that can be a reason to help. It's from a personal experience. I feel like it's kind of hard dealing with the generation, society, and somebody brought up social media and all these things going around. See, like, for example, with me growing up, with the whole syndrome thing, I feel like I wasn't being myself. Same person in real life, the same person on social media. Because for a point in time, I was not materialistic, but I feel like this generation and this society made, because I used to have Androids. And like, until a point in time, I started being around my friends and they had iPhones. I'm like, hey, I want an iPhone. And then my mom's like, no, that's too expensive. You got that phone take pictures, that phone call. You know, it does the same thing. But like, I made myself, you know, believe that, oh, this is what I need. I need these new shoes. I need this new hairstyle and stuff like that. I didn't have self-love. So I just want to say like self-love is a big thing. And that's really like the only love you need, self-love, and yeah.
That's the only love you need, self-love. What a note to end on. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Texas College 60 Minutes. Our discussion will continue online, and we ask if you answer the questions associated with our evaluation. Thank you so much for joining us today.